is Prasanna or like we did not know it. His business name is PR Law Office. He's an advocate by profession. His office is at Golden Square 102 Eden Park, Vital Manya Road. Education qualification, BBM from Acharya Tulsi National Commerce College, Shimoga. LLB from National College of Law, Kuempu University. LLM in Business Law from Kuempu University. LLM in Constitutional Law from Karnataka State Law University. I think after reading so many degrees, your hair kind of start becoming unkept, right? The way you are. He is an advocate for about 11 years now. His previous types of jobs, he says, he served as a senior advocate at MD&T Partners, which is a Bangalore-based firm, for about 7 years, practicing property and corporate law. Served as a head of Bangalore branch of Law Combined Advocates, Bangalore, Delhi-based law firm for 1 year, practicing litigation in corporate law, and also served as an associate at Harsha and Company for 3 months, practicing litigation. Family, his wife is Mrs. Veena. Children, Abhinav, about 5 years old. Pets, 2 German Shepherd dogs. Hobbies, public speaking, reading classical literature, listening to maestros such as Mozart and Ghazals of Ghalib, breeding dogs and academics. That's pretty interesting. Other interests, of course, is farming. Hometown village is Lakshmi Sagara, which is in Tarikere Taluk, Chikmagalur. His burning desire, he says, is to evolve as an eminent lawyer in the domain of property law, media law, and constitutional law, and to provide affordable legal services by blending legal know-how with the use of technology. To be an established attorney practicing before the Supreme Court of India by the year 2020. Awesome. His key to success, he says, everyone has to beat their own trumpets, as only you know the tune. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There are relatively few new members. I didn't have an opportunity to do one-to-one. So to set the context right, I would like to say briefly why I decided to be a lawyer. One was that I had this issue of stammering. And ever since childhood, whenever someone says that you can't do something, I have always made sure that I give my best shot and I improve on that and I overcome whatever the impediment I had. During the course of it, I realized that I have a flair for arguments. I started participating in debates, won couple of interclub debate competitions in Toastmasters. That's how, during the course of it, I realized this is my core competence and I should become a lawyer. And I always had an appetite for reading, and if there is any one profession which allows you to remain a student for your life, it is the profession of lawyer. So that's the reason why I'm a lawyer. For over a decade, my practice has been divided into 2 main categories. One is that of property law, another is that of corporate law. In the property law, what is the differentiator? There are many lawyers in the town. What is the key differentiator between the rest of the lawyers and ourselves? Number one, we do provide services at different kind. We are not like solicitors sitting in our chambers and just perusing through the documents and hearing an opinion, getting sale deed registered, providing opinions. That's not the only domain that we are in. There are times when a client at times comes to us and he demands, I have to pay a substantive amount of advance to get into a joint development. or an agreement with a landowner, I want you to go and check the legal antecedent with just bare minimal information, like the details of the survey number, the village, and where the property is situated. So we go that extra mile in cross-checking with the departments, in checking if there are any, if this particular survey number comes under any land acquisition matter, whether there are any antecedent which relates to the title of the property being attributed to some person from SC, ST category, wherein there can be impediments on the very right to sell the property. And the second thing, with utmost conformity, even though we cannot say that there are no pending litigations, we do go and check with the registers maintained with the sub-registrar office and also with the jurisdictional revenue office of any registered litigation. It so happens that if I have a case, assume that I have filed a case against Vanita. She was encroaching on my piece of land. And I have got an injunctive relief. So I go to the jurisdictional sub-registrar office and register, saying that don't allow any registration of this property. Whenever a person who has got a favorable order in his hand goes and register, that reflects in the register. If I keep quiet, being happy with the order, then obviously there is no mechanism in which that information can be retrieved. So that is the speciality what we have. The last but not the least, we also use forensic science in terms of confirming the efficacy of some of the original title documents. Document forensics is the additional service what we provide along with legal service, where there are some 9 different features in which an original document can be assessed, right from assessing the size of the fonts, the spacing between the different paragraphs in the of the document, and also seeing some of the government documents if there are watermarks in the background. All these can be seen only when you have when you put the document under the infrared rays. So document forensics is one additional forte what we have to ensure that these fake documents, which is a happening features especially in the periphery of Bangalore in particular, we do provide this additional service. The second aspect is that of the corporate law. Under corporate law, right from I have provided services right from incorporating a company to filing the winding up petition before the Bangalore High Court and also before the Bombay High Court under the company petition category, right from starting a company to closing it down. So all services have been provided. So, but one aspect that I want to highlight here, the area which I am looking forward to work more often, is that of providing the due diligence services, company due diligence services for private companies. Funding is a big thing, and there are a lot of mid-sized companies and the startups. Some of the startups, they just float startups for the sake of attracting investment. So in this context, there are many times a mid-sized company or a startup may not be in a position to avail the service of a top-notch corporate lawyer. So we step in right from the stage of vetting the term sheet, which is a non-binding piece of agreement, which basically captures the terms on which the deal has to happen, till the stage of the definitive agreements happening, which runs into so many pages altogether. We engage in not only negotiating the terms and conditions, but we also provide the allied advisory services, right, including that of the FDI norms. There are many friends who are present here who have availed my service. I would like to note two of those individuals. One is Mr. Naveed Mehdi for his Primum project. So I was engaged not only for doing that legal intelligence work in the beginning, where I was with bare minimal information, I provided the info to him whether the deal is good to go. And also there was a land acquisition matter which I filed on behalf of Manish, and his father in particular appreciated the fact that he has availed the services of many people, many lawyers, and the sort of the technicality which went to it, he truly appreciated. Being a lawyer, I am not in a position to give my come out with my gifts, nor I am allowed to make any specify any specific asks. So I would like to engage in a one-to-one with all the members so that we can discuss how we can help each other. Thank you.